Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Ink Spot, the place where you can catch all the news of everything happening at Normal Community. I'm Andrew Nauer, joined by my co-host Brady Phelps and head football coach Mr. Jason Drengwitz. Coach, what did you learn about your team on 35-22 win on Friday night?
Well, I think, we probably learned a handful of different things. Number one, we learned that, what you do at practice shows up in games, what both good and bad. We did some really good things at practice to prep us for the environment, which resulted in no pre-snap penalties and things like that. But also some things that we didn't do very well in practice showed up we didn't do very well on Friday night. But more than anything, and then I say the last thing is just, we have a group of guys that, the moment was never too big, whether good or bad. They kind of stuck together, stayed positive, were good leaders, kind of stayed focused on the task at hand, no matter if we had scored, made a big play, or given up a play. It was really fun to watch them and play in the moment and really enjoy the great opportunity that they had on Friday night against a really good opponent.
It's not often in conference play that you're trailing. You were trailing Friday night. How did your team respond to that adversity?
Well, both of you guys were there, correct? I think we go down 14-10. I think before that we had a chance to go up 14-0 and settle for a field goal to go up 10-0, I believe. But the biggest thing was going 2-minute hurry up right at the end of half to score going into halftime, knowing that we'd get the ball back was huge. I thought our offensive guys did a great job. Coach Messina, our offensive coordinator, was really organized and calmed in that moment, and I think that really propelled us into the second half. And again, it goes back to our kids don't panic. They don't really get negative. They stay positive. They stay upbeat. They're always on to the next series, the next play, whatever it is. And I think that lends itself to helping you be successful no matter who you're playing.
Yeah, you guys kind of reached deep into playbook early with the onside kick followed by the flea flicker. Mm-hmm. What gave you the confidence to get that creative this early in the season?
Well, one, we've been working on like a 2-kicker system. I think we talked about this maybe a little bit last time when you were trying to give up all my secrets, all of our secrets, I should say. Because we have 2 really good kickers. We have Adler Jimenez and Will Castro, both very talented kickers, and we wanted to install it. And I tried to do research all offseason, but I couldn't find anybody that did it. And then Will got injured, so that kind of postponed that. We started working on it in August when they were both good to go. And we decided on Sunday, our staff meetings, that we were going to utilize that. We didn't know when, and then on Thursday and Friday, we're like, I think we should open in it. We said we should open in, and I made sure our coordinators were okay with it. We decided to go with an onside kick. And then we've always been a team offensively, I think, that in sudden change moments, we're not willing to take a shot and throw trick plays. Coach Messina, our kids, like to do those things, and you got to not be scared to call those things in those moments. Not if I were to tell you that I wasn't super nervous onside kicking the opening kick, I'd be lying. But credit to Adler for executing. We almost screwed it up, and then Landon Corbin recovering was a really big deal. So really excited about how well our kids did in executing the things that we do in practice.
When you're installing those plays, what does that process look like in practice?
So trick plays. We put those in. If we add any trick plays, we install them on Monday. And then we'll typically run them through in Team on Air, which is our first team segment on Monday, where we just, no defense, we try to go as fast as we possibly can. Kickoff, we work on Mondays too, so we work kickoff on Mondays. Adler and Will have to kick on the side on their own, so they worked on it all week on their own. And then Thursdays at our run-through, we work on kickoff. And then we run all our trick plays again on Thursday when we work special situations like end of half, taking a safety, free kick, stuff like that. So we're repping it. We're repping those trick plays multiple times in a week and repping that onside kick a decent amount as well.
Yeah, Luke Potts has emerged pretty quickly. Can you talk about the connection that him and Lucas Beatty have formed kind of in limited time together?
Well, they're good friends, on and off the field, and they played other sports together, so I think they have connections. They played baseball together, they played basketball, they played football. I think that connection really started to develop when they were sophomores. And the thing about Lucas, he's very intelligent, very smart, and understands how to get the ball to the right person, the right situation. Luke is just really, really consistent. He always does his job. He does it well. He really busts. He's always in the right spot. And not that our other guys aren't doing it, whether it's Michael Mavek, Holden Baldwin, Jalen. Luke's always where he's supposed to be, and then Luke is really, really talented. He's got great speed, outstanding hands. He's shifty in open space, and him like Lucas, like the big moments I don't think are different to them. They want the ball thrown to them. They want the ball in their hands. And when all those things are combined, it allows you to make big plays against big, really good opponents in big moments. So it was fun to watch.
On the other side of the ball, Jalen Smith's been a huge impact on defense. How's that transition been so seamless for him, and how's that really been a help for you guys?
Well, I think if you even go back, like Brady, I would have been surprised that his role would be more heavily on defense than on offense. Now we package him. I guess I'm not really surprised just because of who Jalen is, the type of young man he is, how hard he practices, how hard he trains, how coachable he is, and he does all the little details really, really well. And on top of that, he's a talented athlete with great ball skills. And so when you're coachable, you do the right thing, you're smart, you're athletic, you got good, you're a good teammate, you're a good leader, he's a captain. Good plays will tend to find you. And, in the first 2 games of the year, he's had 2 interceptions returned for touchdowns. And on top of that, he's doing a lot of other really good things in the back end, playing special teams. We didn't need him Friday. Offensively, we didn't feel like, but his role there will be big as well.
Even with the win, there's always room to grow. What areas are you focused on improving heading into week 3?
I think, one, we can't be defined by our success this week. It was a big one, but we're on to the next one. You can't be defined. Are we going to be defined by who our opponent is, like how we play and how we prepare and how we practice? Or are we going to be defined by, who we are and what we're about? We got to make sure we're on top of those things this week. I think, again, we got to clean up penalties. I still think we had a lot of different penalties. Offensively, we have to clean up quarterback, running back exchange and not turning the football over. Special teams, we had to improve greatly on our kickoff coverage. I didn't think that was especially good on Friday. And defensively, I would say just technique and eyes, like how we operate post-snap. Are we executing our post-snap technique? Are our eyes in the right spot? All little things that we can control to get better. But there's a lot of good things, but definitely room to improve. If we're the best version of ourselves week 2, that's a problem. We got to continue to get better, and we have to practice well this week and have a great game on Friday at Urbana.
Urbana hasn't won a game since 2021, but last week they nearly got their win against Danville. What do you see them do well on film?
Well, I think they're much improved from last year. The structure of what they're doing offensively and defensively and special teams is really, really good. They have some dynamic players. Their tailback's a really good player. They have size. They're just greatly improved, and we have to continue to prepare at the right level. If we think we want to be the Big 12 conference champions, then it doesn't matter who you play. You got to prepare to that level and play at that level every week. And we'll talk about this week because they are athletic enough, talented enough that if you think you're just going to walk in and they're going to roll over, that's going to be a big time problem for us. And hopefully we've built that culture that that isn't the case. We have to go on the road. We have to play at their place. They're feeling really good about themselves. I like what they do, and we're going to prepare the utmost out of respect for them as our opponent, respect for the process, and respect for who we are and what goals we have this year.
This week, is the focus more about Urbana, or is it about cleaning up your own execution?
I think it's both. I mean, they do some different things defensively and offensively that we really have to prepare for, as well on special teams, so we have to be dialed into what they do in all 3 phases. But on top of that, again, and I would say this is true every week, it's about them, but it's also about us being the best version of ourselves, and we got to continue to make sure we're getting better week to week. And I think I told you guys last week, like if you came to our game planning meetings on Sunday, they were no different than they were for Normal West. And our team meeting today at 3:30 will be no different. Our practices will look the same, and we'll have the same expectations. And you have to do those things if you want to win at a high level, but I also think if you respect the game and your opponent, that's the only right way to go about your business.
As this season goes on and this group gets more comfortable, are you installing more plays and opening the playbook even more?
Yeah, we're always trying to challenge our guys and expand their minds. I think we hit a point in August before our first game where we kind of like, okay, they might be at mental, their tanks were full mentally, and so we dialed it back. But I think each week we got to challenge them, expand our playbook, try to give ourselves advantages in all 3 phases, and then it's our job to understand if they've got it and we can run it. Do we continue to build, or do we need to stay where we are? But typically over the years, we try to add things and do things differently each week, a little wrinkle here and there, attach things to our run game or our pass game or our coverages that allow us to be more successful.
With Kankakee looming in week 4, what are you preaching to your guys about keeping their focus on Urbana and not Kankakee?
Yeah, I mean, we don't even mention Kankakee or look at film or talk about them or look at their scores. Everything this week is about being the best version of ourselves to get ready for Urbana. Urbana is a conference opponent. If we want to win the Big 12 title, we have to beat them. And again, that's our approach every week of every year, whether it's week 1, whether it's week 2, whether it's week 9, the quarterfinals, the semifinals. It's always about that week and that opponent. We don't ever get ahead. We just don't believe that here in our program. We try to avoid doing things like that. That's unfair, and it's not fair to our kids either. If we don't have both feet into the Urbana week.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time, and good luck this week.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the coverage.